Hi, okay, another idea for an appetizer, a non-sweet way to use our Bakepop pan. I want to make little spinach Alfredo puffs. So they're going to be using a crescent roll as the dough, and I was going to make a filling here. What I've got, this is a great way to use up leftovers. I've got some leftover Alfredo sauce. I put about maybe 1/4 cup in there, and then this is some Parmesan and some Mazithra cheese, things I happen to have from previous meals. This is some frozen spinach, which I thawed, drained really well, and chopped a little bit more than it was already. You want everything little. This is 3 slices of bacon that I had. I cooked them up and cut them, chopped them up real fine. And this is a garlic clove here. Just 1 clove of garlic chopped real fine. I find that if I chop it with salt, I can get a finer chop, so I went ahead and threw the pepper in there. That's why it looks dark. It's got salt and pepper and garlic in there. So I'm just going to put all this in here and stir. And we're holding some of the Alfredo sauce in reserve in case we think it needs more, but I don't think it will. And let's see if we can see how that's going. I think what I want is something that's kind of thick, but spoonable. And make sure I get that bacon worked all the way through it. And we'll put just a little bit more in here. And this is going to be a lot of filling. This is probably going to be too much filling. I'm probably going to have to use my imagination and think of what to do with the leftover stuff. Okay, that looks like pretty good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pop my crescent roll dough, and I don't want you to watch me do that because I'm very bad at it. So there we go. Okay, so I have popped my dough, and this is one of the 2 sheets inside that it has 4 crescent rolls on it. And kind of try to smush the seams and stuff together because I want to treat it as one piece of dough. And I have 2 cookie cutters here. One is bigger than the pan. See that? One is bigger than the pan. One is almost exactly the same size as the lining of the pan. The big one is going to be the base. Part a little bit there. Coming apart at the seam in there. And this is a really wet thing, so you do want to try and get everything as together as you can. And I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to brush just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom to kind of hopefully protect the dough a little bit. And I'm going to scoop, this is a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to try that as a amount of filling to put in. And I realize I got a little out of order on something here. I need to cut my small one too. So I'm going to cut my small one. And actually I forgot to get a knife. Sorry about that. And then I'm going to take these little scraps here and I'm going to cut them up. We had a little technical difficulty there. So what I've done is I've worked on the second one here, and I've layered filling and then little torn up pieces of dough. Filling, little torn up pieces of dough. So now I'm going to put the final layer of filling on top here. You can hear the dog that has been banished from the kitchen scratching away to get in. That's her new nickname is Technical Difficulty. Down, maybe a little bit more. It's a little, I would say about 1.5 teaspoons of filling I think I put into each one. I'm definitely going to have leftovers. Now you take your smaller piece of dough, your smaller cookie cutter piece of dough, and just put it right on top. And it all lines up real nice. And hopefully when that bakes, we're going to have a really pretty little puff ball. Okay? Okay, so here's our pan out of the oven, and I think you probably see where this is going. You notice we've had a little bit of overgrowth. With a cake bake, this would spill down the sides, but with the dough, it can't do that really, so these have to come off before I can even take the top off. Not all of them do, but some of them do. And I think, like I said, you're going to see where you kind of know where this is going now. Okay, so they're kind of like, well, yeah, little breasts, that's what they look like. And that might be exactly what you want in a party appetizer, I don't know. I think if, you know, some of them didn't do it and some did, I think that the difference is probably the amount of extra filling put in to give interior layers. There's probably more in this one than there is in this one. So gauge how much you want to put in based on whether you like this or not. But even if you don't like this effect, it's really quite simple to just take that off and then cut into it and take a look and see how it looks. That looks like a very nice little, you know, spinach Alfredo puff. I think that's going to make a nice appetizer. And I forgot to say, you can use any meat in here. I used bacon because I had bacon. Leftover chicken, leftover baked breakfast sausage, that would work. Anything, this is a good way to take your leftover stuff in the refrigerator and make a nice little appetizer out of it. The only thing I bought was the crescent rolls. So, there you go, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.